So I have a question. This topic is not talked about enough. I myself just really realized it for the first time. I'm seeing it through a different lens and what it means and how it's designed to propel your life and how it's designed to give you that ultimate reality that you always wanted to live. It's not a money-making scheme. It's not a hack. It's not anything of that sort. It's about choices and decisions. And a lot of us are not making choices that are strong enough to support our decisions that we are ultimately making. A lot of us are not, how can I say? A lot of us have poor decision making skills and we don't know how to harness the power of our choices. Every time we make a decision, we always have choices that support our decisions. If we are not choosing wisely, we're not going to make it to what we ultimately decided. We're going to be stuck in limbo. We're going to be stuck doing the same things we've been doing for only God knows how long. We're going to be stuck in this never-ending cycle, this repeated cycle of life that we find ourselves in all the time. It's like we waste our own times by making the same choices that we've been making forever. You know, choices are very important, and choices are more important than decisions. Decisions are major. Decisions are a big deal. And yes, okay, decisions are very important. They're just as important, if not bigger, than choices. And I know what I just said. If you're making poor choices, it's going to take you twice as long as opposed to if you use a little bit of strategy, take your time, careful planning, and make your choice that way. So that way you don't have to take as long to meet your decision if you were making poor choices. A lot of us are not harnessing the ultimate power that God has given us. God has given us a power to create our world, to create the reality in which we reside. This is all that we have. You know, you have the quantum and multi-dimensional and multi-universal and multi-this and multi-that, you know, but you can't even see it. You can't see it. What we can see is what's right in front of us. And what's right in front of us is a direct reflection of the choices that we've been making. A lot of us ain't even deciding things. We just going with the flow. We might have decided, I'm just going to go with the flow. I've decided to go with the flow. I'm not going to make choices. I'm going to let life create itself for me. That's so stupid. It's just like, if you want something out of life, what do you have to do? You have to go get it. You have to decide to go get it. So once you decide to go get it, you're now going to make the choices that's going to support the decision that you've decided to go get. That's all that is to it. The bigger issue is, what are you deciding on? There's so many aspects of your life that you don't have control over. And you're just letting the wind take you wherever you want to be, wherever it want to take you. That's not how life is supposed to be done. We are creators. We create our lives. You have the power to create anything you want in your life, any aspect. You have the power to create where you want to live, who you want to be in a relationship with, the kind of money that you want in your life, your education level, how far you want to take your education, where you want to travel to, your social life, every area of importance to you, you must make decisions for those areas, especially if you want a wholesome life. You can make a decision to be a multi-millionaire. And I know it's not going to be difficult. Everything is easy. No, I'm not a multi-millionaire. I'm just giving y'all practical advice on how to do these things. And it's just as simple as making a decision, making choices, and sprinkling a little bit of sacrifice up in there. You know, sacrifice is a choice. You got to sacrifice a lot if you want to become a multimillionaire. You got to sacrifice a lot if you want that bedroom body. You got to sacrifice a lot if you want to have a clear mind. You know, what are you going to put in your mouth? What are you going to digest with your eyes and your ears? You know, think about it. It's deep. It's just deeper. It's just so deep, you know. But I'm not going to drag it out. It's ultimately the choices that you're making always will support the decisions in your life. But in order to make those choices that are specific to you, you must first decide what it is that you want. And remember, there's no timeline to 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 making it work. There's no timeline. So if you want the bedroom body with that 6-figure, 7, 8-figure bank account, 9, 10-figure bank account, you know, it's we come from abundance, you know, everything is possible. Um if you want those things, you must first decide what it is that you want. You must first decide that you want that. Write it down. Don't try to keep it in your brain. Get it out of your mind and go write it down and let it be on paper. And then you can even go so far as to writing down the choices that you want to make. I don't think that's necessary because every day, every minute, every second, we're making a choice. But that choice that you're making is always going to be either a higher vibrational choice or a lower vibrational choice. These choices are going to support you in your decisions. Again, that choice you're making between this and between this, which one benefits you more? If you're getting a plate of food and you're getting the peas or the rice, which one you going to choose? You going to choose the rice or you going to choose the peas? You know, it's a high vibrational choice or a low vibrational choice. Conscious choices support your decisions. Always remember.